Kundalini yoga is the yoga of awareness. It's a dynamic, powerful technology for experiencing your own soul. Yogi Bhajan was my teacher, and he was a master of Kundalini yoga. He brought Kundalini to the West and began sharing the practice openly, and that was against the tradition and protocol of thousands of years. And he always taught that the most important thing in Kundalini is your experience, the experience that you have in a kriya, in a sequence, in a meditation, in your sadhana. What are you feeling in your heart? What kind of energy is moving? How are you transforming? And this is opposed to, striving for an advanced pose or being really focused on what a posture looks like on the outside. In Kundalini, it's so much more about what's happening on the inside. That's what's most important. So Kundalini yoga, teachers are never just inventing sequences or kind of making it up on the fly. All the sequences and kriyas and meditations have been passed down teacher to teacher, hundreds, thousands of years. It's believed that there's in the neighborhood of 5,000 kriyas. And this passing of kriyas and sequences and technology has come through the golden chain. We call it the golden chain, from teacher to teacher to teacher, all the way back to the very first teacher of Kundalini. And it can seem like there's a lot of rules, but really, in my experience, there's only one rule, and that's that you tune in with the Adi mantra before you begin the practice. And so the Adi mantra is Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. And what that means is I bow to the subtle divine wisdom. I bow to the teacher within. And I love that. I'm very partial to that mantra because acknowledging the wisdom and the teachings in the world, and then acknowledging your own teacher, your own wisdom in your heart, is profound and beautiful and good guidance for any practice. So we bring our hands up to our heart and rub our hands together. And this is heart opening, so you can close your eyes and just soften and notice how this feels in your heart. And then we're going to bring our palms together and bring the joints of our thumbs into our sternum. So we'll chant the mantra 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down. So Kundalini is art and technology. It's scientific system as well as magic. It's kind of everything. And you'll notice differences right away. This is a practice that plenty of people find to be nice once or twice a week, just going to a Kundalini class, and just as many people feel compelled to do Kundalini more and more. And if it feels right, it is a practice that can support your entire life. We have recipes, we have practices for children, for seniors, for women, for men, for youth. We have practices, you can get up at 3:30 in the morning and take an icy cold shower. That's Ishnan, that's a hydrotherapy that is great for the circulation, great for the spirit. And then from there, you could begin your sadhana before the sun comes up. We like to meditate and practice in the Amrit Vela, that quiet time before the sun comes up and the world gets busy. And the more you do Kundalini, the more you will notice that there are a lot of people that cover their heads. It can be as simple as a little headband or bandana or skull cap, or as elaborate as a turban. And it's not a rule. It is a thing Yogi Bhajan taught, that covering our heads provides a sense of containment and focus while we're practicing our yoga, as well as holding the energy of the body, the energy of the Kriya, and keeping a nice equilibrium. So my advice is to see if it feels beneficial for you. There have been times in my life where I've really loved the technology of covering my head, and there have been as many times where I haven't. I've liked practicing with my head uncovered. As well, you'll see lots of people, practitioners as well as teachers, wearing a lot of white. And again, it's not a rule. The suggestion behind white is a color that is believed to expand our aura. So it expands the magnetic field around the body. And it has an energy of purity. It certainly takes a certain behavior to keep white clean. It can be a way of practicing the first niyama, satcha, cleanliness, because if you're wearing white, you have to really think about how you're sitting and how you're practicing. But these are just sort of aspects of the practice, and you shouldn't get hung up on them because they're not the practice. They're not the kriyas or the sequences. When you come to the practice, Kundalini can seem so different, vastly different than other practices that are more modern. And Kundalini is really, when you get down to it, so much the science of angles and triangles. Every angle that we hold in our body has a corresponding energetic effect, because the muscles are putting pressure on specific parts of the body. So for example, when we lift our legs 30 degrees, that has an effect on our navel center. When we lift our arms 60 degrees, that's all about our heart and our lungs. So Kundalini is a practice that harnesses the mental, the physical, and the nervous. We precisely and consciously combine breath and mudra, hand positions, eye focus, mantra, bandha, locks through the body, and postures to balance our glandular system, strengthen our nervous system, expand our lung capacity, and purify our blood. This is a practice that you feel immediately. You're transformed immediately. Whether it's 90 seconds or 90 minutes, you're changed. Your energy is changed. Your body, your soul, your mind are transformed. Kundalini is a Raja yoga, a royal lineage. It's also Ashtang, and that means that we abide by the 8 limbs as Patanjali gave them to us, the 8 limbs of yoga. So Yogi Bhajan used to say that Kundalini Yoga is the science to unite the finite with infinity and the art to experience infinity in the finite. I am a yoga universalist. I'm not here to have you be just Kundalini. I really love all the different paths of yoga myself. Over the years, I've found that Kundalini is my Maha Yoga. It's the big yoga in my heart. It's the one that I need to do every day. And you don't need to take my word for it. You can try Kundalini and see how it feels for you. Satnam.